we're going to be doing a Pamier wrap. This one is a dyed Pamier, and they are also known as Mr. P or just plainly Mr. And this is a 2010. It is a 4.5 meter. It is all cotton, so there is no silk in this. Some of the Pamiers are a low silk or a high silk. This is a no silk. This does have the racing stripes on it, and we'll talk about what that does to the wrap a little bit later. All of the sides, all of the rails are hemmed on this wrap. The top rail, bottom rail are all hemmed. And this one has a tapered tail to it. So it has a little bit of a slant. It was dyed Kinomi-style by Turquoise Fields. And so it's a gradation dye. It goes from the darker red all the way down to the lighter white that the Pamiers are traditionally made in. All the normal Pamiers are not dyed, and she only makes 5 a year. The weaver is Maria Radvanova, and like I said, she only makes 5 per year, so they're very highly sought after, which can come with a little bit of a price tag. But here you can see a little bit of the color change that we've got going on in the wrap. Few of the pictures that we have with the Pamier. And the racing stripes that are included in this wrap, in some of the Pamiers that she makes, she includes the racing stripes, and that adds a little bit of strength when you are wrapping. It does kind of prevent stretch lengthwise, but it adds a little bit of strength towards the middle of the wrap. So when you're looking at the wrap this way, from top to bottom of the rails, it adds more strength at the middle of the wrap. So that way, when you're carrying your baby, there's more strength that holds it in a more solid carry. But it does have a little tiny bit of stretch to it. It is, like I said, a 4.5 all cotton. So this is almost my base size. I can kind of eke out a front wrap cross carry in the back. I'm tying on the tapered tails, very on the tippy tails there. But this is a rock solid wrap once you get it in place. A lot of people think that it feels very thick in hand, which it does. It is a little sturdier than most hand wovens that are in the community, and that can add to a little bit of the uniqueness of this wrap. But as you're wrapping with it, a lot of the people that wrap with them say that there is a trick to it. So when you wrap, you have to pull just past the point of where it's not stretchy anymore and then tie off, and that will hold your carry. Otherwise it'll slip a little bit just because it's a little harder to kind of get into a knot. This is a very solid wrap to hold. It could go all the way from newborn all the way up until you're done wearing through the toddler years. It is very nice and sturdy, and actually when you're wearing it, it doesn't feel very thick or warm. Not too warm anyway. I mean, it would keep you warm if you needed that. It is cotton, so it is durable throughout any season, and it will provide a barrier and keep in warmth if it needs to. But it is easier to kind of get into place once you get used to the grip that it has. It does have a little bit of grip to it because it is a thicker, sturdier wrap, but it's once you get it in place, it's not moving anywhere. It is a very rock solid wrap. So let me go. I'm going to go and get my wrappy, and I will be right back. Alright, so we have Echo here, and she's 13 months old. I'm going to go ahead and put her up. I'm going to put her in a DH, just a regular DH. I'm going to tie in back, and as I'm wrapping here, I'll just kind of describe some of the properties that this has. So it is a little bit thicker. It does take some getting used to trying to put into place. You just have to make sure that your rails are nice and tight. And like I said before, you have to go just past that stretchy point. So that you get that nice solid carry. Alright. So just tightening my passes here. And she's eating my hair. Alrighty. So So tightening with each of these passes is a little bit tricky when you get started, just because it is a little bit of a stiffer or crunchier wrap. So you just have to make sure that you're getting all of your passes and each part of your rail nice and tight. I know, what are you saying, huh? What are you saying? All right. Make sure it's all nice and underneath baby's bum. And now you're going to start to make sure that you've got each of these rails going strand by strand, because this is a sturdy wrap, so you really have to make sure that you've got that all good and tight. All right. At this point you can tie off however you like. You could even do a freshwater finish if you wanted to, just kind of like that. Bounce around and tie, and that's what I will go ahead and do now. But you can see that this wrap is going to hold its shape. It is a little bit of a sturdier wrap, so you kind of have to straighten out everything as best as you can. But even tying in a half knot, this isn't going to go anywhere because of the way that the fiber is nice and thick and sturdy. But I can already tell it's going to be a little bit diggy if I don't stretch out my fabric here, just because it's a little bit on the thicker side. So in that respect, it can be a little bit diggy, but this is a very sturdy wrap. It's nice and comfortable once you get it on. You can see the colors there. Really nice. Show off the stripes of the wrap. When I was putting it in place, it slipped really nicely, but I just had to make sure that everything was nice and tight, or else I would get a sag. When you're wearing, there is a little bit of a bounce, but hardly any at all, because the fibers are so well put together. But if you have any questions about Pamier, I did link their website down below and their Facebook page. Please remember to comment and like and subscribe, and as always, have a wicked wrapping time. Bye bye.